Hello, welcome to part 2. This is Bev here, and the part 2 is of my Def Leppard collection that I'm going through at the moment, and we're going to continue on with the CDs. So the next one I have is the Action single again. Now this was the one that was in that sort of video or cassette style box. And it was a limited edition, and it came with this booklet. It's LEP CX13. I think it's, I can't remember. 1 second. Yeah, this one has different songs on it. So the standard CD had Action, She's Too Tough, and Miss You in a Heartbeat. These two were demos. And on this one, you have Action. You've got a demo of Two Steps Behind, Joe's demo, and you have the third song is Love Bites, which is live from Don Valley, Sheffield. So that's the 1993. And the booklet. That's the back track listing, and inside it basically is a discography of everything that they had released up to that date, and a few band pictures from the time. Great picture. I love this photo shoot. They just look so nice, shall we say. So yeah, I've got all that sort of stuff there, right through to Adrenalize, etc. Another picture of the band, another picture from the Adrenalize. So I kind of got that because I wanted the booklet part of it, plus the songs were slightly different on here. As I say, I got rid of the box and just kept that. So that was my other version of Action. The next song, which is not a Def Leppard song at all, but I like to keep it with my collection, this is Tesla's Song in Emotion, and they released this song, they wrote it and released it in 1991 for Steve after he died, because the guys in Tesla supported Def Leppard on tour, on the Hysteria tour in 87 and 88, and they became really close. And they loved Steve, and he was a big influence on some of the boys in Tesla. And this here is it's actually a promotional CD single. It's Song in Emotion, and there's 4 versions. There's what they call a fade version, there's an edited version, there's the LP version, and a Rockline version. So there's 4 versions of the song. And on the back it says, "To our friend Steve Steeman Clark." And if you haven't heard this song by Tesla, you need to get it. It's on the album Psychotic Supper. So, and it's in a card sleeve, one of these pull-out things. So that's that, which I keep with these. Anyway, back to the Def Leppard CDs. This one is a maxi single. This is a German release. This is not a UK issue. This was Pour Some Sugar on Me as a maxi single, and the other song that was, put on this CD at the time was Rocket, the Lunar Mix, which is, the extended version, which is on the 12-inch. So this is, as you can see, it's Mercury. Made in West Germany. It's usually Mercury for the European, outside the UK. And you've got Sugar, Rocket the Lunar Mix, and you have Rock of Ages live from Tilburg in Holland on here as well. So I'm really glad to get this single. Then we have Hysteria, the CD, limited edition CD single. They were limited, the CD singles in the UK, these ones. This is LEP CD3. And it's on a card sleeve again. You got Hysteria, Riding to the Sun, which was the reworked version they did in 1987 so that Phil and Rick Allen could play on it, because they never played on the original on the EP. Love and Affection Live, which is also from the Tilburg 87 show, and I Want to Be Your Hero, which is the B-side to the 7-inch record. So you get 4 tracks on there, and at the time these were previously unreleased. Then we have Armageddon It on CD single. Somebody tooting a car horn outside. This one, it was the first ever picture disc that they released. So, and I love the CD kind of artwork. I just love the artwork for all the Hysteria singles. It's just so bright and interesting. So yeah, this is the Atomic mix though, on here, and there's the picture CD. It's of the mouth, and so Armageddon at the Atomic mix, and you've got Ring of Fire, Animal, Pour Some Sugar on Me. So you've got 4 tracks on here again, and you've got the other 2 which were previous hit singles by the time this one came out. So that's that one. Love Bites on the CD single. And this features Rocket the Lunar mix as well, similar to it featuring on the German Pour Some Sugar on Me maxi single. And again, this is a card sleeve like Hysteria. And as well as Love Bites, you have Rocket the Lunar mix and Billy's Got a Gun Live, which was on the 7-inch record, and again from the Tilburg 1987 show. So yeah, that's that one. And I have, we'll go with this one next. This is a Japanese 3-inch disc, and it's Armageddon It. Yeah, this is the Armageddon It single. But on it also you've got Ring of Fire, Animal, and Pour Some Sugar on Me. So it's kind of like the UK CD single with the 4 tracks. I'm getting them on here as well. And it's dubbed as a mini CD album, it says there. This folds out, and this is quite an oldish kind of worn copy. You've got the lyrics there for Animal and Pour Some Sugar on Me on this side, and on that side you've got the lyrics for Armageddon It. And in here there is the disc, a 3-inch disc, which is pretty snazzy actually. And most of your CD players back in the day, they should, pretty much 9 out of 10 of them would have had a slight indentation in the tray, which you would slot your 3-inch discs into. So this is quite tricky to get a hold of, and it will cost you a bit of money these days, a little bit of money anyway, to try and get a copy. Great picture of the band as well. The other good thing about the Japanese stuff is you tend to always get different photos from the UK, American and European press. So that's a good one. Another is another Japanese 3-inch. This one is Love Bites, and it's backed with Pour Some Sugar on Me. This one is in better condition actually, it's in lovely condition. So if we open this one up, we have the lyrics to the 2 songs are there, and again a picture of the band in Japan somewhere, and here we have the CD single, Love Bites and Pour Some Sugar on Me. And I have a third one which is for Rocket, Well, this one hasn't been snapped off and folded up. Because when you buy them new, they come like this, and this bit snaps off. You've got an instruction as to how to do it, and then it'll fold into the square like this, but I've just kept that one as it is. So you've got the Lunar Mix of Rocket, again extended. You've got Rock of Ages Live and Release Me from Stumpus Maximus and the Good Old Boys. And there you have the lyrics to Rocket and Rock of Ages. So yeah, and again that's a picture of the band. So really delighted to get a hold of these. And that's it for the actual singles. I do have 2 CD video singles, and these are the laser discs. CD videos or laser discs. Now on here, this is Rock of Ages, which was released, I think, as a for promotional reasons only. Again, it's quite tricky to get a hold of. You actually need a CD video player to play the actual videos, but you will have the video on here for Rock of Ages from the Pyromania era. They are gold coloured as opposed to the silver. And that's what it's like inside, and it tells you there you have audio of Rock of Ages, Stage Fright, Billy's Got a Gun and Too Late for Love. That's all from Pyromania. And the video is just for Rock of Ages. This is the PAL one, which is the UK standard, and there you have their CD video. So that was pretty cool to have, and it's in absolutely mint condition. In the same size as jewel case as a standard CD. I also have one for Love Bites. It's exactly the same, except it's Love Bites. And the other tracks on here, can't remember, I'll have to open it to find. Again, it's a UK PAL issue, so there you have it. Audio of Love Bites, Rocket, the Lunar Mix, Billy's Got a Gun Live from Tilburg, and then on the video you have the video for Love Bites. And again, it's in spotless condition. So that's these 2. Next up, go into some unofficial bits and bobs, bootlegs. This is what I've got coming up next. So this CD I grabbed, this was issued about 1996, it's got on the back here, and it's an interview disc, and it's called Words Not Action, Def Leppard, and it's part of the Rock View interviews. I can't remember exactly, but I think it might be Chris Tetley that did these interviews. I haven't listened to it for a while, but picked that up at the time. And inside the CD is a picture disc, and you have, I think if I'm right, the inner booklet. It has a little bit about Def Leppard inside. Some band members there. Yeah, it tells you here it's Chris Tetley. So I think these were done in the 80s, these interviews. And it folds out into a mini poster kind of thing of the band. But it's not the best, because we could have had a better picture of Stephen here. That's my gripe there. But it's good to have. So that's interview picture disc audio thing. My bootleg collection, we have War Child, and these are all proper CDs, they're not CDRs, and they are the proper CDs, although they're unofficial releases. So War Child is a great one to have, because you have here, we have the live BBC session from 1980, Glad I'm Alive, Hello America, When the Walls Came Tumbling Down, Overture, Get Your Rocks Off and Wasted. They're all performed live, and it's a good recording sound. And this half of the tracks, although it's all on one disc, these are all demos from a 1978 demo tape. So these are all before On Through the Night. Get Your Rocks Off, Tomorrow Seems Like Yesterday, War Child, Got to See the Lights, Overture, Beyond the Temple, and Wasted. Absolute must-have, because these are just great raw demos to listen to, and it just gives you a complete perspective on how the band were sounding right at the beginning, basically. So, and inside, the disc's actually black, and on this part it's like a copy of the back of the original EP from 1979, the original red labelled issue. And you've got printed, that's not proper signature, but it's like a printed copy of the band's signatures, and that's Richard Allen, I think it's signed there, Pete Willis, Steve Clark, Joe Elliott, and Rick Savage there. So get this, it's brilliant. Next one, the Def Leppard EP, although it's actually, the CD is called The Early Years, and it's the front cover of the EP. Again, this is just an absolute brilliant one to have. Tracks 1 to 6, it tells you here, are live from the Reading Festival in England, August 1980. Again, it's another good recording, really quite decent. Tracks 7 to 9 are the original versions of the Def Leppard EP, which was the Red Label 1979 release. Tracks 10 and 11, Wasted and Hello America here, these are the original versions from the B-side of Wasted, from both sides of Wasted, so you've got Wasted and the B-side, which was Hello America, which is different to the Hello America single released as an A-side, if you follow me. And track 12 is a non-album track from the B-side of Hello America, that's Good Morning Freedom. And track 13 is the original version of the B-side of Bringing On the Heartbreak. So that's the Me and My Wine non-remix. Absolutely brilliant to have. The CD's pretty cool, it's got the triangle logo, and you've got a nice classic band picture here as well. This one is probably one of the most unexciting covers ever, but it is a bootleg. It's Def Leppard Live Volume 1. Volume 2 is from the post-Steve Clark era, so I won't be seeking that one out, but this one is. These are from the BBC sessions again. I can't remember if this one is the 1979 one or the 1980 one, but it's another BBC session, and again it's fantastic quality. So it's quite plain inside as well, but this is an Australian issue. It's an Australian on Joker label or whatever it is. But there you go. Next one, Under Fire. This is an Italian issue, I believe. I think it came from Italy. And this came out in 1991. And this one contains songs 1 to 6 are from the Westfalenhall, if that's how you pronounce it, the Dortmund Festival in Germany in 1983 at the back end of the Pyromania tour. And tracks 7 to 12 are again from the Reading Festival in August 1980. So you've got two, it's all live, but the two different concerts. So, and again, it's good sound and quality, it's pretty decent. And standard CD there. That's a list of other bootlegs that you can get under Metal Memory, I think is the name. And the booklet has a couple of pictures of the band here from 1986. It's 1986 Monsters of Rock Foes. So that's cool to have. This one I think came from Japan. This is Wasted in Seattle. This is from the Pyromania tour, and this is live from the Seattle Kingdom in Seattle, Washington, USA on the 3rd of August 1983. On disc 2, tracks 5 to 13 is an acoustic set from Madrid, Spain in January 93. So they've stuck that onto the back of this, which is fine if you haven't, but because it's 93, it's not really of interest to me as such. It's kind of, two different Def Leppards. That's how I see it. But anyway, you've got, disc 1 and disc 2, and it's a full show from the Pyromania tour, Seattle, Washington, USA. This one here, One Man Band. I purchased this, I remember seeing it actually. I was on holiday in Florida one year in the 90s, and we went into this store on International Drive in Orlando. You'll probably be aware that International Drive is one of the tourist hangouts in Florida. So we were in this music store, and I spotted this, and I grabbed it. It was like the first bootleg I ever got of a Def Leppard live show, I think. Yeah, this was the first time I had audio of the In the Round show, because it is a recording live. It's actually live in Tampa, Florida and Denver, Colorado during the 1988 World Tour, but it sounds very similar to the audio from the In the Round concert. And as it happens, it's the same, pretty much the exact same edited concert that you get on the video, except it doesn't have photograph on the end. It cuts off before that. It ends with Rock of Ages. But it was nice to get a hold of, and it's another picture disc there. And one of the coolest bootlegs is Def Leppard's Stage Fright, and this is a double disc set again as well. This is Hysteria American Tour. Now this is the soundboard recording, and it includes 3 songs for the sound check from this gig, which basically is the Denver, Colorado show again, but this is the unedited one. You've got the full show with stuff that was cut from the video. For example, you have Don't Shoot Shotgun. You have Steve's full instrumental Before Gods of War. It's a full 2 minutes 14. They actually shortened it on the video. You've also got Let It Go is on here. Then you've got a further version of Armageddon and Pour Some Sugar on Me. These are on twice on here, and the reason they did them twice was because they were shooting it live. They wanted extra footage for the 2 videos to accompany the singles Armageddon and Pour Some Sugar on Me. They wanted extra footage so they could pick out the best parts to make the videos for the singles. That's why you've got them twice. You've also got Tear It Down, Travelling Band, and the 3 songs from the sound check is Honky Tonk Woman, that's a Rolling Stones, and we've got 2 versions of Run Riot. They did Run Riot twice, which is kind of interesting to hear a live version of Run Riot. And again, it's a soundboard recording. It's really a must-have. CD1, CD2, and you've got pictures of the band. You have the pictures of the band on the inside of this as well. Just live from that concert. So it's pretty smart to have. And the last one I'm going to show for this video is First Strike. the unofficially released. This was released in 1984 by Frank Stewart Brown and Peter Martin, who were Def Leppard's original management back in 1979. And they basically, it's a collection of demos that they had lying around, and they put them together and released it without getting the permission of the band or the current management or whoever. So this is an unofficial release, but it's absolutely fantastic to have. And you've got side 1 and 2 because it was initially on a record. Heat Street, Answer to the Master, See the Lights, When the Walls Come Tumbling Down. And on side 2 you have Wasted, Sorrow is a Woman, and Glad I'm Alive. And you've got pictures of the band there from the early days. It's very plain on the inside. The CD itself is extremely plain, no label. And again, it's just the same as what's on the back cover. It's quite tricky to get a hold of, especially on vinyl. And you can expect to pay a few £, for that as well. But again, if you're a purist, it's something you need to have. So that's part 2. Part 3 will be to follow.